if? What if Breath of the Wild is already done? What if the game, not completely done, like complete, but what if everything, for the most part, except for debugging, polish, or everything, the entire game is done? Story, the map, everything in the game is already finito. And what if it was already almost ready for release? What if it's already ready for release? When I played at E3, it felt like a pretty much complete game, but it was running on a debug Wii U, and it seemed like a little not full standard, but for the most part, it felt like a complete game that wasn't, at the highest of standards, I would say, in terms of how it runs and how it polished. But it still looked great, it played great, I had a ton of fun. But what if the game is already done? What if Nintendo is just delaying the release of the game just for the NX? What if it's going to be a launch title? A lot of people are believing that the game is going to come out in March at the same time as the NX has been reported to release as a launch title. But a lot of people would ask, if this game is truly done, why not release on the Wii U then the NX? That's why Nintendo wants to release on the NX. So that the NX would sell well, so it'll have a good launch selling title. Zelda, that shit moves systems. Alright? And it could be that Nintendo has finally realized along the lines that the Wii U has been a monumental failure. But not, to save face and make sure that owners of the Wii U get Breath of the Wild, they're still gonna have it as a simultaneous release instead of pushing the entire game onto the NX without a Wii U release. We've seen it even with the latest Nintendo Direct. A lot of Wii U games are going over onto the 3DS now. And, Breath of the Wild is coming from Wii U and NX. Like, the Wii U's dead. It's done. Woolly World, Super Mario Maker on the 3DS. Like, we knew it was going to happen at one point, but damn, when seeing it in action, it's a sight to behold. So, what if Breath of the Wild is truly done? At E3, Reggie did say that, the amount of gameplay or stuff you're gonna get from the Great Plateau accounts for 1% of what you'll find in the game. For him to make a, statement like that, he's gonna have to know or have some sort of intimate knowledge of the game of its entirety. And even though they were still being cryptic, developers Shigeru Miyamoto and Eiji Aonuma said big things about the game going forward, saying that, you can go anywhere, complete any dungeon, all these shrines are able to complete. You can go to Ganon in the beginning of the game, the Calamity Ganon. In order to say monumental things about a game like that, I'm pretty sure the game was either at that point nearing completion or, just already good to go. We've already seen the prototypes of the amiibos that's going to be compatible with Breath of the Wild. And now we know that more amiibos going to be compatible with Breath of the Wild, the Legend of Zelda line. Along with Wolf Link, we got Link, Toon Zelda, and 8-Bit Link. Along with the Guardian, Rider Link, Link Archer, all that stuff. This comes here. I really do believe that, to a fault, to a point, to a certain variable, that Breath of the Wild is already a complete game. It's already, they're already done. They haven't been talking about much, but they haven't really been talking about, additions or anything. I'm pretty sure they have a grand scope of the vision of the game is already realized. Because they did say, Eiji Aonuma and Reggie Fils-Aimé did say the reason why the towns and villages were taken out of the demo is because they are very important to the narrative of the game. If you want to push that forward, you go to towns and villages. A narrative that could already be complete. And Nintendo's going ham with all sorts of promotional material. We got GameStop posters. We got the new action figures of Link from Breath of the Wild. All these amiibos and stuff. I really believe part of myself really does believe. And this is just a conspiracy, I really do believe that Breath of the Wild in some way, shape, or form is already done. And we're just waiting. We're spinning our wheels. Nintendo has a bunch of information just ready to show off for the 30th anniversary and certain events, maybe like the NX reveal event or maybe some other events down the line. They've shown off the demo at E3 at other events already. So I mean, like, I'm pretty sure it's already done and they're just sitting on the info ready to push it out. And they have been pushing out little by little gameplay teasers and snips and pictures among their various social media outlets. Nintendo on Facebook, on Twitter, on all these other things. YouTube, well, not really YouTube, not really. But I'm pretty sure Nintendo has Breath of the Wild done to a degree. And then they're just waiting for the NX release. Because, I mean, like, for the most part, they claim that, oh, we already decided that the Wii U and the NX, the Breath of the Wild is going to be launched on both systems from the beginning. You're going to tell me that 2 years ago? I don't think so. But, and like, if they said from the beginning, yet Reggie Fils-Aimé and all these other people would say, oh, the Zelda that gets released exclusively on the Wii U, despite being chosen for the NX since the beginning of development. But I do believe that Breath of the Wild is done. I know I say that so many times in this video, but I do believe it's done. It has to be done, you know. And then with the NX releasing in March is just like a stone throws away. Right now it's September, so I mean half a year, 6 months. Not that long of a wait. We got 3 more months within the year, and then just wait another 3 months more, and then we have the game. And that is enough time to promote this game. 6 months? Hell, fuck yeah. And I'm pretty sure as soon as the NX reveal rolls out, we're gonna get more and more information about Breath of the Wild. And we got the name, we got various things of what you can do in the game. We got runes, items, how the new item system works. We have a lot of information. Even though we want a lot more, we do have a lot of information. And from everything we've seen, it looks pretty substantial that this game is complete to a certain degree. And I just cannot wait to see we get more information. But the reason why that's complete and it's not out yet is because of the NX. They want to sell the NX. They don't want to lose money. Because if the game came out on the Wii U first, then a lot of people are like, oh, I can get on the Wii U. I don't have to get on the NX. Even though the Wii U buy rate is really, really low and shit. And people are still going to wind up getting NX for the system. It'll be way more lucrative for Nintendo, especially for a fresh game, a big Zelda game as fresh, as bold as this, Breath of the Wild, to launch it alongside the NX just to push those systems out like butter. But yeah, Breath of the Wild, it's done. Yeah, people are saying, oh no, they still got to develop games. It's still, you know, there's still stuff they have to finish or whatnot. Nah, guys, I believe it. I believe that the game is done. I'm not gonna say 100% done in terms of, you know, debugging, going gold, ready on disc, ready to ship out. I don't believe so, but I believe that the game is done. And they're gonna take these months just to polish up the rest of the game. 6 months, hell, fuck yeah, they can do that shit. And we are set to go. You know, we've seen a lot, but all of what we've seen just keeps giving us questions of what more is there. And there's going to be a lot more. It still has so much to work with, but the way that the game is and the way it's structured, Nintendo doesn't have to reveal too much. Because it's a game of exploration and discovery. That's the way they built it. And you can see that right away. So, I do believe that Breath of the Wild is done. I know. That's the conspiracy that lives within me. But I want to know what you guys think. Did I strike a chord with any of y'all? Do you think Breath of the Wild is done to a degree and they're just, you know, spinning their wheels for the NX? Let me know in the comment section below. Until next video, I've been HMK. I'll check you guys later.